Hello everyone, my name is Alfredo Castellanos, and this session is part of the Affiliate Training Program. Today we're going to explore an essential aspect of interactive audio, optimizing memory usage in Wwise. No matter how immersive or high quality your soundscape is, it must fit between the game's memory constraint. In this lesson, we will discuss approach to ensure our audio meets performance requirements without sacrificing creative or sonic integrity. By the end, I hope you understand how to manage multiple sound banks, apply conversion settings, and use streaming effectively. Working with multiple sound banks. Imagine you're packing for a trip. Instead of carrying everything in one huge bag, you organize your items into separate bags for different purposes. One for clothes, one for cosmetic products, and so on. Similarly, in Wwise, we can divide audio assets into multiple sound banks to ensure efficient memory usage. Most games consist of different levels, each with unique sounds. If we load all the game audio at once, we're going to waste memory on sounds that are not needed. Instead, we create groups and load only the relevant sound banks for each game area. Let's look at the Cube demo game. Here in the event viewer, we can see a mix of sounds used through the game. However, several sounds, like those labeled DCP, are specific to one map, DCP the core. Instead of loading them all the time, we can create separate sound banks. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the layout, make sure we're in the sound bank layout. We're going to click new inside the sound bank manager. We're going to have a main sound bank. We're going to create another sound bank called DCP the core. It's important to remember that the name must be exactly as specified in the game code. Let me check if everything's fine. Yep. And then we click OK. If the names are different, they won't load to the game engine. So be careful with that. Next, we're gonna assign the event to the respective sound bank by dragging and dropping them. So for the DC core, we're going to select all the DCP events. Let me see until here. Hold and drop into the DC core. Perfect. Next, for the rest of the events, select all of them and drop into the main. Next, we have a memory budget. So setting memory budget on sound banks is crucial for optimizing audio performance across different platforms. For example, if we're releasing a game on both mobile device and the latest console generation, the memory constraint will be different. For example, a mobile device has a limited RAM, require smaller, highly compressed audio files, while a new generation console can handle higher quality sounds with less restriction. Makes sense, right? So by defining memory budget in Wwise, we ensure that each platform loads only what it can handle, preventing performance issues like audio dropouts or too much loading time while maintaining the best possible sound experience. So what we're going to do, we're going to set the main to 9.5 megabytes. We need to set up the numbers in bytes. That's why it's actually 9,500,000 bytes. And for the DC core, we're gonna set up 6 megabytes. After assigning the limit, we can generate the soundbanks by just clicking generate all. And perfect. Well, actually not. As we can see, we went over the limit. A common solution is optimizing audio file size. Think of it like compressing an image. We lower the resolution to save space while keeping visual clarity. In Wwise, we can apply conversion settings to reduce memory usage without affecting audio quality. First, we need to change to the designer layout. We go to layout and we go to designer. From here, we want to go to the share sets inside the project explorer, and we want to go to the conversion settings. We click on the default work unit, and we want to create a new share set. So we click create new conversion settings. Here we're going to call it SFX. Since most of the sounds consist of general sound effects, we will use these short sets for those sounds. That's why we're going to call it SFX. Then we're going to go back to audio, and we're going to see. We're going to assign these short sets to a relevant actor mixer. We can do the main character, for example. So in the interactive audio, we're gonna go to we can do the main character, for example. We just choose, we go to the actor mixer property editor, we go next to the general settings in conversion, and here we click here to change the conversion settings, and we choose the one that we just create, SFX. Now we will adjust the conversion properties. To do that, we're going to go to edit, and this window appears. Here we can choose a different format. So when choosing how to compress audio in Wwise, we have several options. We have PCM, ADPCM, Wwise, and so on. Wwise compression is a great choice because it strikes the perfect balance between sound quality and file size. Wwise compression keeps audio files much smaller while still sounding great, making it ideal for most in-game sounds. This means we can fit more audio into memory without sacrificing the overall experience, keeping the game running smoothly while still delivering high quality sounds. So we're going to choose Wwise on both the versions, Mac and Windows, and we're going to then click convert. We choose both of them. Okay, perfect. So here, for example, on the first audio source, the original size, it was 42 kilobytes, and it went down to 5 kilobytes. So the files reduction with Wwise is usually around 70 to 80%, which is great. If we want to listen to the audio files, we can just go to the transport control. You can choose any of these files that we just convert. Let's do concrete, for example. we can listen to the original by clicking play. If we want to hear the new conversion, the new, uh, sorry, the new reduced version, we just click on the original to uncheck, and now we're going to hear the new version, the compressed version. We can notice that it sounds nearly identical, but it takes less memory. Sometimes, even after converting audio files, we might still exceed our memory budget. In that case, we need to remove some audios to stay between the limits. Wwise make this process efficient by allowing us to deselect certain files, like extra footsteps, extra sounds, ambience, but without permanently deleting them. This is especially useful when optimizing for a specific version that requires less memory. So let's imagine, we can close this. Let's imagine we're gonna release a version for a mobile game, right? So if we go to the main character, we see that we have die, it has 2 sounds, jump, it has 4 sounds. So instead of having 4, we can just have 2 sounds, just to have a little bit variation. For pain, instead of having so much pain, we can just have let's see 3. When the player gets damaged. Now for footsteps, when the player is walking on concrete, instead of having 4 different sounds, we can just have 2 to have a variety. We can do the same for the other 2, and so on. Next, we have streaming to save RAM. The other technique is called streaming. Playing audio directly from the storage instead of loading from the memory at once. This is perfect for loading ambient sounds or music tracks. That it doesn't have to be precise, doesn't have to sound specific to receive feedback for the player. We can do this by just selecting the audio file. In this case, let's do the Cube main theme. We go to General Settings and we click on Stream. Now, let's generate our sound bank and check memory usage. Let's go back to Layout, Sound Banks, and now let's click Generate All. Perfect. I think we have succeeded. The change have reduced our footprint. It's keeping us under budget without sacrificing quality. By organizing audio into multiple soundbanks, applying conversion settings, removing unnecessary sounds, and utilizing streaming, we create an efficient, well-optimized audio experience. Thank you for joining.